What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And it looks like Liverpool want to sign João Palhinha, the brilliant Fulham defensive midfielder, because even though he almost joined Bayern Munich in the summer transfer window and then he signed a new contract at Fulham to probably protect his value, his agent has been shopping Palhinha around because he wants to leave Fulham in the January transfer window. Fulham has been on an absolute tear since losing to Liverpool 4-3 at Anfield. They have 5-0 victories back-to-back at home, which is an incredible achievement in the Premier League. But still, the Fulham ace Palhinha wants to move to a bigger club. He wanted to move in the summer, but his move to Bayern Munich fell through on the last minute on deadline day. He was already flown to Germany, to Munich, which must have been a pretty heartbreaking experience for him. And Sky Deutschland says that Liverpool are keen on bringing Palhinha to Anfield next month because Jurgen Klopp is still in pursuit to sign a brilliant defensive midfielder. Even though Liverpool already signed 4 midfielders on our team in the summer transfer window, that's the thing, we don't have 4 defensive midfielders, we barely have one. Endo, who has been performing pretty well, even though he was substituted at halftime in Liverpool's game against Crystal Palace, which we went on to win. My analysis of the title race can be heard in the previous video that I uploaded yesterday evening. I just got back home from a short trip with my family on the weekend, so from today the regular uploads are resuming. And Palhinha's journey in English football has been nothing short of impressive since his arrival from Sporting Club de Portugal to Fulham. His reputation as a formidable, brilliant defensive midfielder has been consistently solidified with each passing game, and I'm not really sure why his move fell through to Bayern Munich. Maybe they couldn't sort out the paperwork in time, and the fact that Palhinha was deemed good enough by Bayern Munich to be signed as a defensive midfielder, he's definitely good enough for Liverpool then, in my opinion. The one thing is, Palhinha is 28 years old, so he wouldn't be like a young player that Liverpool need to develop and grow. He's already Premier League proven, Premier League ready. The problem is his contract runs for another 4 years after this season. So he signed a new contract extension, and even Fulham has a further option to extend that contract for a further year. His current market value is around 55 million euros. So that's the one thing that I see that maybe Liverpool could struggle with, to sign Palhinha when he's tied down on a long contract. And Fulham wouldn't want to sell Palhinha on the cheap, even though they signed him in the summer of 2022, so 1.5 years ago, for just 21 million euros, which seems like an absolute bargain because his market value right now is 55 million. But what I love about Palhinha is his passing range. He's very physical. He's 190 centimeters tall, so almost as tall as Fabinho, and he already has a lot of experience in the Premier League. He played already 48 games in the Premier League, 5 goals scored for Fulham, and he also is a Portuguese international. He played 24 times for the Portugal national team. And Palhinha is known for his defensive positioning, stamina and tackling. He's described as an astute ball-winning midfielder. He's especially aggressive in stopping counterattacks early by lunging into challenges, often preferring slight tackles in order to maximize his radius. He presses aggressively overall, and he records a very high volume of tackles due to, of course, getting to the player in possession very quickly. A physical and very tall player, his height helps him dominate aerial duels as well, which was something that Fabinho was great at, and his strength allows him to hold off opponents when dribbling. In open play, he oscillates between positions outside of the press and between the lines. When positioned outside of the opposition's press, he plays the role of a field general, if you like, directing teammates, telling them what to do with his voice and hand gestures, with his vocal leadership being seen as one of his strengths. And as I said, he played for Fulham for now. This is his second season in the Premier League. First season he played 40 games for Fulham in all competitions, scoring 4 goals. This season he has 15 games already, scoring 2 goals, and he has been at Sporting for a lot of time. Like he has came through for the Sporting Academy in the 2013-14 season, and then he played for the Sporting first team, but before that he was loaned out sometimes to other Portuguese clubs, so he played a lot of games in the Portuguese league. But in the Premier League he was shown to be a really mature, really like ready player. He's a Premier League ready player already. As I said, he played 1.5 seasons in the Premier League, so I don't think he would have any problems adapting to the Liverpool, and of course the Premier League, he doesn't have to adapt to that. Maybe the Liverpool playing style is a lot different to the Fulham playing style, but still I think he would be a major upgrade on maybe starting Endo in the Premier League. Palhinha with Szoboszlai and McAllister, that is a midfield that I can see winning the Premier League. Can you see a midfield of Szoboszlai, Endo and McAllister, or Szoboszlai, Endo and Gravenberch? Can you see that midfield winning the Premier League? I'm not sure about that, but with Palhinha at the base of the midfield, and then Szoboszlai, McAllister or Gravenberch ahead of them, I can definitely see that kind of midfield being able and ready and good enough to win the Premier League, because that's what Liverpool need to target. And I think even spending a huge amount of money on a number 6 on the defensive midfielder is worth it if that strengthens Liverpool's position in the title race. And why wouldn't it strengthen Liverpool's position? Liverpool's interest has led to discussions already with Palhinha's representatives indicating a serious intent from Liverpool. So according to the newspapers, Liverpool are already discussing the wages, contract terms with Palhinha's representatives. Of course, we first want to see whether we can sign Palhinha, whether he would want to join our club. The financial aspect of this potential transfer, of course, is very important. Fulham are aware of Palhinha's caliber and significance, so they are expected to demand a substantial fee. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano said that Fulham would want around 65 million euros, sorry, that's around 56 million pounds. Do you think Palhinha is worth it at 28 years old? I'm a little bit on the fence on this, because yeah, Liverpool probably don't have 60 million pounds just lying around in January, but if that helps Liverpool win the Premier League and get back to the top, and I think Liverpool with Alisson, Van Dijk and Salah still pretty much in their prime, but they are getting out of it in maybe 1 or 2 years. So Liverpool have a very short window of winning the Premier League title with Van Dijk, Alisson and Salah still in their prime. What happens when those players will be past their best? Liverpool will be faced with an almost impossible task to replace 3 of the best players in their position. Salah is the best winger in the world. Van Dijk, he's playing like he's the best centre-back in the world right now, and Alisson is definitely the best goalkeeper in the world. If Liverpool have to replace at least 2 of those players, Van Dijk and Salah, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, it will be an almost impossible task, and I don't envy the Liverpool scouts for, having the big task to replace those kind of players. And Roby Savage, who is a pundit in England, says that he really rates Palhinha very highly, and he thinks he's the ideal fit for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool's system. And let me tell you Palhinha's rank among midfielders in the top 5 leagues. So in terms of tackles, he's in the top 1% of midfielders in the last year, last 365 days. In terms of interceptions, he's in the top 8% among midfielders. In terms of blocks, he's in the top 15%. In terms of clearances, he's in the top 12%. Non-penalty goals, top 30%, which is, I'm really surprised about that. Total shots, 64 percentile, which means top 36%. Pass completion, he's only around halfway there. But defensively, he's absolutely an elite player. maybe even for 50-55 million, he could be worth that amount for Liverpool if it helps Liverpool win the Premier League, as I said, because this is a very unique position that Liverpool find themselves in. Arsenal are stumbling, Man City are definitely not at their best right now, so this is where Liverpool need to really put their foot down and try and build the best squad possible to try and help Liverpool, give Jurgen Klopp as many tools in his hand as possible to help Liverpool win the title, because Jurgen Klopp is definitely a good enough manager to win Liverpool the title if he's given a good enough squad. He already proved that with finishing first with 99 points, we finished second with 97 points, and we finished second again with 93 points. So if Liverpool could get to that 90 point mark, I think we have one hell of a chance, because I'm not sure that Man City could get to 90 points. I'm not sure Arsenal will get to 90 points. But if Liverpool could get there, I think we can win the Premier League title. I'm not saying we will be champions, but we definitely can get there. And according to FBref, which is a really good statistical and analytical football website, Palhinha has made the most tackles out of any player in Europe's Big Five leagues so far this season, with 52 tackles made. The next Premier League star on the list is Tottenham fullback Pedro Porro, who is way down in 8th spot with 39 tackles made. Palhinha has been Fulham's best player so far this season, as he's the only one to pick up an average match rating of 7 out of 10. Liverpool were linked with Palhinha even in the summer, but in the end we decided to go for Gravenberch, and I think that was a great move. But you know, Bayern has lost not signing Palhinha in the summer. Maybe they ran out of time. I think that was the reason. They ran out of time to do the necessary paperwork. That could be Liverpool's gain in the January transfer window, because I think Palhinha would prefer to stay in the Premier League. He's 28 years old. He's not really a young player anymore. Probably he has a family, probably he has a wife and kids, so he doesn't really want to move countries if he doesn't have to. He's already settled in the Premier League. He already moved countries once, like 1.5 years ago, moving from Portugal to England, so he probably wants to stay in England if possible. And Palhinha recently gave an interview where he said, I don't know what will happen in the future. Obviously the failed Bayern move really affected me and my family, but that's all in the past. I don't want to think about it too much. It's a great source of pride. You know what happened in my life, everything has been happening for a reason. I like to think of it like that. The future will tell me whether what happened was really had to happen or not, but only the future will show me that. I want to keep going the way I've been going. Nobody has given me anything throughout my career. Everything I have achieved is down to my worth, my work. I hope it stays that way. I'm 28, I know I can go higher, and I'm looking to the future with that ambition. So he is basically openly saying, I can go to a bigger club than Fulham, and I want to go to a bigger club and a higher club than Fulham. And at Fulham, his best bet is to finish like in the top 10 in the Premier League probably. But at Liverpool, he has the potential to win trophies and titles and the Premier Leagues and Europa Leagues, FA Cups, League Cups, maybe in the Champions League, hopefully, if we qualify for next season. After Palhinha's switch to Germany to Bayern Munich fell through, Palhinha's brother has said they didn't kill the dream, they just postponed it. Very proud of my brother and the player I represent. Words of appreciation, recognition, and thanks to the entire Bayern structure. The affection for the club in our family will remain forever, even though my brother didn't sign. So that tells me that it wasn't Bayern's fault, they just ran out of time and couldn't complete the paperwork in time. But I think this could be Liverpool's real gain in the January transfer window. So come on Liverpool, let's sign up Palhinha and let's really go for the Premier League title. I'm absolutely buzzing after the weekend, and I think almost all of the results went Liverpool's way, which is really, really good, and I'm really happy. And I'm already looking forward to the Liverpool-Manchester United game. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.